unregularradio.com.
Listening to Two Hotheads on Cannabis at 617-826-1150 is the phone number. And in the studio is the one and only, the King of Pot.
How are you, Mikey?
Woo!
How you doing? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
I didn't even need to give you a big introduction.
Oh, please.
I'm going to actually. I'm going to give you more. This is the man who is about to put out the major motion picture that's going to really put Unregular Radio and MassCann NORML's Boston Freedom Rally on the map in a way that I don't think people quite understand yet. Am I wrong to say that?
Wow. That's the greatest promotion we could have for that video, Mike.
Isn't that true, though? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I still see a little flaw that I have to fix in it, but once the flaws are fixed, I think it will be the ultimate coverage ever done of a marijuana expo. And again, it wasn't just me. I want to make sure to give kudos to two production companies that took to do this and 2 years to put it together, and that's Zandrak Productions, Mr. Andrew Hutchinson. Rob Echo, editor, did a wonderful job on the master editing of it. If you want to check out a coming attraction of it, little about what we did is that, as you all know, we used to have everything at kopproductions.com. We've moved all that information to thekingofpot.com. Yeah, I got my own website.
We have a phone call. We're going to take a phone call for you.
Hey, hello.
Hello. Who's on the phone? Hello.
It's Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, what's up? I'm here to spark up the flame for liberty for our people.
Yeah, you got liberty? Have you listened to the show right now?
Yeah. Yep. It's a little delayed, but I turned off the mic so I can won't get the feedback from the
Excellent. Are you listening to the KOP right now? The King of Pop?
I just got on the web. On the web.
Do you have a question for the King of Pop? Any commentary?
Yeah. How about political freedom for our culture, our people? Everybody's trying to legalize it, but nobody's trying to politicalize it. I say our people should be free, We should have a political power to make our own laws, not have them tell us that we're sick or whatever, You're
like me. You want to have your own island then? Because that's basically
I say we're a culture of people. There's millions of people out there.
Yeah.
We should have political rights,
Yeah, but how are we going to do that?
We organize. There's that's what this country's based on. It's our constitutional rights to organize for our freedom. And I even opened up a political office for it. Matter of fact, I'm even going to have a cookout next Friday. If you want, everybody's welcome to come. Just bring some food. It's at the political office, 174 Pleasant Street, Marblehead.
All right.
So you're doing your thing.
So you're doing your thing up in Marblehead.
Yeah. Actually, I'm trying. I tried to get all over the world. I even tried. Been in contact with the United Nations.
What time is this cookout at?
6 o'clock Friday, the 13th. That's if it's not raining.
Oh, so it's after our show.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're gonna listen to our show
after. You grab a hamburger and smoke a few bowls, whatever.
We support those activities.
Spark up the flame for liberty for our people. It's only a misdemeanor nowadays anyway, so you get a ticket which you can throw away probably. Just give them the wrong name.
Well, we're sparking up the liberty of our people over here, and we thank you very much for your call and your contribution, and you have a lovely day. Yeah,
speak out for liberty now.
And definitely check out the vaporizer contest too, Carl. We're giving away a vaporizer.
All right. Is this today you're doing it?
No, well, we're going to give it we haven't decided what the date is, but we have the vaporizer.
Couple weeks.
Maybe in a month, but we're going to build it up on our Facebook group. We want people to post the reason why they think they deserve the vaporizer. Why should they win it?
Well, I think I need it because I can use it at my cookouts for all the people that try it out.
Now
you're talking.
Community.
Yeah. We all get together, have a big cookout, and then we all get
you like your hamburgers.
Group and hey, we're free now. We got our rights, and we can make our own laws.
Hamburgers and smoke vaporizers.
Take back control of crime from all the out of the drugs and stuff. Administrate them safely and stop people from dying from it and stuff. If people want to get high, give them a safe amount, and monitor it. Make sure they're not getting addicted to this stuff. It's stupid having crime controlling the drugs nowadays. There's millions of people out there using it, and all the drugs laws did is give crime control of it, and they just make lots of money of it and enslave a culture of people.
All right, Carl. Thank you very much. That's very persuasive.
Very true.
Very persuasive. He might actually win that vaporizer.
That was a good one.
That was a good call and excellent. So 617-826-1150. Reading the new phone number, and we're in the studio with the King of Pot. And now we're talking about your movie.
Yeah, like I said, what we had done is we moved all the content to thekingofpot.com. So go take a look at the coming attraction. We do have that up. The movie itself, we don't know how we're going to premiere it. I've got to talk to the other production company. I want to talk to you, Mike. We want to see what we can do about premiering this so everybody can see it and watch it and not have to see it on a little screen. So more on that later as we get close to what we're going to do. But we are going to be releasing this. Mike, you saw the entire video.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. What can we expect from this
Phenomenal.
video?
Unregular Radio is all over it. Dexter's in it.
Dexter's in it.
Daddy-O is the star. King of Pot's the star.
Tracy Bonham.
Tracy Bonham's a star of the movie too.
Planetoid.
As well. And all the bands and the speakers. Alan St. Pierre, Keith Stroop. This is from 2 years ago. And it's the full Freedom Rally, and it's the full experience. People in the crowd. There's going to be
the music,
hundreds of people. Heather, it's like one of those movies that you and I will watch, and we'll see. The first time we see it, we'll see like hundreds of people we know, and then the second time we'll say, "Oh my God, they're in it too!" Because you like in the crowd. There's so much to this movie, and it's professionally done. I can't wait to see it again, to have it come out. I saw the close to the final draft. There's a couple things he's going to edit and take out and quirk around to make sure it looks perfect. But it's there. I mean, this thing looks amazing. It's full high definition, edited extremely well. And it was one of those years,
everything came together.
One of the, there's two or three Freedom Rallies, the last couple that it just come together. The whole thing's clicking. The music, the speeches, the crowd, the decrim, the movement, the different groups. We're doing it. We can feel it. LEAP wasn't here 5-6 years ago. No. NORML Women's Alliance. All these things are happening, and this thing is the history of it. It's going to be the documentation for the next 20 years. People are going to look at this movie and go, "Wow, that is a point in time."
Thank you, Michael. That is incredible accolades to what we did, because it took so long to do, and it cost a lot of money to put together and a lot of time and effort. The guys behind it that helped me with it were incredible, and we that's why we want everybody to see it. We want everybody to get the experience, and we think to see it on a big screen would be great. With digital surround sound and the whole 9 yards, because it has been surround sound encoded. So maybe we could do it something like at the Magic Room for the local people
let's
here.
Have a big sponsored by Two Hotheads on Cannabis.
Yeah,
and,
we're gonna look into this and further. But if you want to see the coming attraction, everything's at thekingofpot.com, which will be revamped. Our new KOPproduction.com is going to delve into the counterculture like no other, and will eventually have the full Freedom Rally video up there for viewing.
Awesome.
So, and we got a lot of fun stuff going on with that. I just put a little plug in. So,
absolutely.
And the all new KOP Productions.
We want to plug you too. How did you become the King of Pot?
It's funny. I got a blood brother. I call him Dr. Dave. And we're sitting down, and I'm wearing the shirt right now to the guy that influenced me, Mr. Mark Emery. He's the Prince of Pot in Canada, those that you don't know, and he's imprisoned in our criminal system here. Our DAA went in and arrested him for selling seeds over the internet. I looked into him and how his tenacity in Canada, and how he brought it forth, and how he smoked pot in public when he had challenged the law. And I said, I want to do something like that here in the United States. So I started nationally about 12 years ago, and it wasn't until around 2004 I met Mike Cann in the movement here in Boston, and he kind of brought me to light here in Boston area. And along with my website, the KOP website, KOPproductions.com, we created a lot of videos, me and Mike, through the years, and we were involved in the political movement.
Raised a lot of money too.
Yeah, we did. We raised a lot of money.
The battle for the rally, you were the one that did the real promotion with the videos that really.
Oh yeah, you can see that at thekingofpot.com. It's still there. Battle for the Rally. Look it up.
Battle for the Rally,
look it up. It's a great video.
I don't know which year it was. I think it was the Middle East.
2009.
It got so exciting. You could see it in the video, like how you built it up. You really did. It helped with what you were doing. You spent a lot of money on professional video. And
and it's a shame, I'm not going to be doing that anymore within a political movement. I've decided to go out of that. Everybody says, "Oh, what did you do? You retired." Well, I walked away. I walked away because I'm not a political person, okay? The King of Pot, I love everything that you guys do.
You are a political person by definition. By calling yourself the King of Pot, you're taking a political stance.
I think what he's trying to do, though, is aren't you just kind of drawing lines and taking control of, of your character, how you work with people, and kind of saying, I can say no to everything.
Right.
And what I say yes to is going to be very specific on my choices when and how I say yes.
Exactly.
And the King of Pot, I don't even want to do it anymore. Isn't that kind of what you're saying
Exactly.
to people? That you're here today to be in the King of Pot because you like us. You like our family.
I love you. I don't just like you. I love you.
You're doing something at Mania with another friend of yours as the King of Pot. So the King of Pot's not dead.
No.
Your political work is not dead. You're still doing it. You're just not going all out, connected to MassCann, connected to a lot of the local and national movement like you were in the past, and you're saying no to a lot of stuff.
Michael, I couldn't say it better than you.
Yeah, and I know how it is because I feel the same way. I'm going through the same process.
Yeah, you are.
And I want to thank you for actually showing me that you can get more done by saying no a lot of times.
Yeah.
Sometimes our time is just taken up by whatever's immediately in front of us.
That's right. And, like I even shut down my personal Facebook page because you know what? I don't need it. Everybody knows they want to get in touch with the King of Pot. We got a KOP Production Facebook page. Go over there. Leave us some messages. I see everything there. We'll be advertising stuff like that for both websites. I just want to, stay neutral and be the man behind the curtain creating all the content that we're going to have. We got a great show with Rich Fu that's coming on, Perceptions of a Madman. It's going to be a podcast radio show live with call-ins.
We love Rich Fu, too.
He's
a big
great.
fan of us.
Wait till you see this show.
I love Rich Fu.
Wait till you see his premiere show, and please, I want all of you to try to check this out.
He's very impressive, too.
Very
I listen
impressive.
to him. I can listen to him for a long time talk, just him.
Yeah, his voice.
I can't carry a show like
Me
that.
either.
He can.
He wants me to be. I said, look, you're going to do it. He gets a little nervous, but I'll tell you, he's going to get this great show coming on. And the guest that he has is a WikiLeaks thing. I'm a little nervous right now, so I'm not talking the way he told me to tell it, but it has to do with WikiLeaks. When the Apache helicopter opened fire, do you remember that, on the civilians? And our troops were down there, and one of the troops ran into the van and saved some of the kids and started running away. Well, we have the actual person going to be on his show that's going to discuss what happened that day and what really took place when they opened fire on innocent civilians. So it's going to be a pretty tense show.
Excellent.
That's intense.
That's KOP Productions.
That's incredible.
That's going to be at the all-new KOPProductions.com. And again, I'm hosting Mania next, I believe it's Saturday and Sunday, April 14th and 15th.
As the King of Pot.
As the King of Pot, I'll be emceeing the entire 2-day event.
Augusta Civic Center.
Augusta, Maine. Yeah. Come on up. We
Canna
got
free seed mania.
Canna free seeds. Oh yeah, they're giving away free seeds. They're not selling seeds now because that's against the law. We want everybody to know that.
For patients and caregivers, free seeds that have the card and all that, that are legal.
Exactly. Everything's going by the books. We're going to explain everything as the days go on. And we got people coming from California. We got Los Marijuanos coming out. Pony Boy and my boys coming out. We got actually KOP Productions is sponsoring.
Jeffrey Peterson,
who's coming out here, and Green Glass Clean, and this little device here that you guys are smoking out of, Sidewinder, is sponsoring me to speak at this event up in Augusta, Maine, and I want to give props out to them. And I want to thank you, Mike, for having me on and all this accolades you're giving for this video that we did, because I'll tell you, the boys at Zandrak Productions and did such a wonderful job. I could not do that video without them. I want everybody to know that is not just a KOP thing. That is a bunch of people, hardworking students that put that together.
I saw them
under the direction of Andrew Hutchinson.
Carrying those cameras. He's got a big crew.
Yeah, he had 10 cameras. We had 10 cameras going.
He's a great person too,
yes,
as well.
He is, and he's a great activist. He was actually president of SSDP for a few years.
2 years he was.
Yeah, 2 years
Emerson
it was.
SSDP.
Emerson.
Andrew Zandrak.
Yeah, Andrew Zandrak. So, all I can say is I hope you guys check it out. I mean, and I hope you come up to Augusta, Maine and say hello to me. We're going to be giving away a lot of good, cool stuff, too. My sponsors promised me some of these side winder pipes. So come on up. Say hello. Get to know what's going on up in Maine, because you know what? We could have it here in the Massachusetts area in November if we voted in. If we get people out there.
It's true. I know that was one of my questions that I wasn't sure if we actually finished answering, was what does Massachusetts look like with medical marijuana? How do you see it? How do you see it looking? What I mean?
Oh my God! I'll tell you right now. I see it looking like I can have my own.
I'm cutting KOP off. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just embarrassed because you asked that question earlier to Eric and I sidetracked it. I'm sorry, Heather.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I forgot my thought.
Now I'm doing a KOP.
Oh my
KOP.
God.
Answer the question.
What does Massachusetts look like?
Massachusetts looks like freedom the way our forefathers had done for us back when we became free from the British. It'll be an event that like no other. I mean, it's not a perfect law. I've read it. Yes, I understand it. But there are people like Eric says that need it now, not in November. They need it now.
Yeah.
And I myself am a medical user.
Me too.
And Michael, you are.
I need it now. I'm in pain every single fucking day, and I have to pay outrageous prices. I'm so sick of this.
It is. It's no, you're right. The price of marijuana, and I just brought some stuff here.
Even when I get a deal, it's still rip off.
It's ridiculous, and that's got to stop. And hopefully, I see freedom. I see people accepting it more. I see people accepting it more now with decrim. I smoke a lot
Definitely.
I smoke a lot out in the Boston Common on lunchtime. Mike can tell you from where I work, and people accept it. They smile. It's not like years ago. Just like Erica was discussing years ago,
you had to be hiding behind a Papa Gino's somewhere, like scared your mom was going to pick you up.
Yeah, and the cops. And the cops.
Yeah,
maybe that was just my
experience. Getting the cops away from busting us for smoking a joint. That made such a huge difference.
Exhilarating.
It's true. But so we're going to see. I mean, conceivably there would be shops in and around the Boston area. I mean,
we're
going to have like a bistro, like a
well, that's the thing.
Weed Starbucks.
I think in Mass East Coast, it's going to be more like Rhode Island and Maine, and it's not going to be the LA style.
No, you're
but
not
at the same
that.
time, as long as we have caregivers,
right.
that allows real small-time people to have a business that's nonprofit, that's paying
helping
someone,
people.
Helping people, where you can just grow some weed in your little spot and you can help some people out. I mean, I like that model. I think it works.
I like knowing that I can control the medicine that I'm using and know exactly what's going into it.
Yep.
I mean, we're spending a lot of money for our medicine nowadays, but we don't know how that medicine has been grown.
Even the good stuff. You think you're getting good stuff, but you don't know if something's been put on that or how it's been grown.
Weird pesticides and stuff.
Or if someone's been beaten or killed over that.
True.
Right, that's also true.
Like I just we're patients. We want to be able to grow our own or have a friend that we know grow it for us. What is the problem? Seriously, look at my back. Put your hand on my back. Any state rep or state senator that can run their hand down my spine and tell me that I don't need this plant. I mean, nobody can do that. Nobody. No. I haven't met anybody that has said that you have to go through this pain.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, like, in terms of, I mean, obviously what's going on in California right now. I mean, how does that affect also medical marijuana in Massachusetts and stuff? I mean, Richard Lee, I mean, Oaksterdam University, he actually had to step down and say, I'm not even, he announced on Friday that he was not going to continue on. He was giving up Oaksterdam.
Oh, and,
people are, getting indicted and getting, huge federal charges. And Richard Lee, may not be safe. He's definitely being investigated. All his assets are seized. I mean, it's a scary time.
Well, I think it just makes the point that what we've been saying for a long time, a lot of us have been saying, is true, and it's not going to change. The whole medical on the state level sets up a federal game where they can just play a 10-year strategy to let these people build up a bunch of money and then take them down with a bunch of money and steal all that money. And that's exactly what's been going on. And NORML was right on this. National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws. Alan St. Pierre got hammered by Celeb Stoner and these other people a few months ago with the email that Alan sent out to a bunch of lawyers and activists basically saying, hey, this law doesn't protect you, and eventually the feds are going to take down the biggest people. You watch. And they did. And that's exactly what is happening. And that's why NORML, they give good advice on this stuff.
It's true. So what does that mean for Massachusetts, though?
Yeah,
I mean,
what? Well, I think that the answer is caregivers. They can't shut down the main caregivers. They could stop the dispensary owners.
Or like independent caregivers. Yeah,
they're not going to shut down 1,000 caregivers with 6 plants.
Right, exactly.
They're going to go after the people who are the dispensary owners.
So do you think there's even going to be dispensaries?
Well, that's a question.
Or do you think is this going to scare voters too?
And if the state does decide to do dispensaries, you got to be crazy to want to open one.
Yeah, because the federal government,
Exactly.
what they do in their new tactic now, and they're doing it in California, is they threaten the person that owns the property on seizure if you allow that place to be rented.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why Rhode Island didn't go forth with their dispensaries.
No, they're actually supposedly opening now.
They are.
I'm not sure about this, but Maine is opening. I know that.
Well, I heard Maine.
Maybe Rhode Island's not.
No one wants to go out to
but
drive all the way up to Maine.
Yeah. Where I'm going next week, it's a hike.
They're getting a lot, but this is the movement that it is getting slowed down on every level because of what the raids. I mean, there's not even a question. So my viewpoint is dispensaries. Who cares if they open a Mass? And they probably won't.
They probably won't.
But if they do, like the people that run them and own them, they're crazy in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're martyrs. I mean, if you're a martyr like Richard Lee,
I mean, the goal
movement,
is, I guess, to reach that tipping point. We need it. We also need to reach the tipping point where there's, I mean, this would be Massachusetts would be what? Which number? How many do we have so far?
17, Mike.
Yeah, 17.
It depends on what you count. The way you count them.
Yeah.
Mass is already one of them.
We're
in a way.
inching up.
Decrim, yeah.
No, we passed medical. Do you guys know there's a medical marijuana law in Mass, right?
What?
No,
medical?
I didn't know.
What?
It's just we passed one with Governor Weld. We were like,
that's way back. Yeah,
but it was an ineffective law.
Ineffective,
yeah.
Wait,
Whoever,
wait,
yeah.
What?
No, basically they
remember
passed a law. This is the brilliance of some people in this. I'm not going to say, but they passed a law that basically patients can get medical marijuana as soon as the federal government decides it's legal.
Oh, great.
You know what I mean? So some people
hold your
count
breath.
that as having there's different variations of laws that get passed.
Well,
But
that's a useless one.
we're getting close to 25.
Yeah.
Once we're at half, but
That's the
we
tipping
need to go.
point.
We're going to jump beyond that. We're going to have some legal states coming up. There's too many states that are going for legalization right now. Oregon. You've got
Which one's going to do it?
California.
I know, Washington.
Who has the best chance? Washington?
I don't know.
The Jack Herod initiative out in California is, it's got some hope.
Tell me about that.
They've been working on this for about a year now. Melissa Balin is behind it, and basically it's just full out legalization of marijuana to 18 and over, and that's it. And there's certain criteria that I can't get into because I'm not too privy on it. But there are some laws that if you sell to a minor, if you pass it on to a minor, like alcohol, it's treated more like alcohol, regulated like alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a lot of trade-offs that people get upset about, and that's just the way.
School zoning,
right?
Certain areas
in
they wouldn't be able
Colorado,
to sell it.
they're having it. The Colorado and Washington, they all have these marijuana legalization initiatives underway right now.
Yeah.
And some of these states are going to definitely pass.
But
eventually.
I don't mean to interrupt to go back, but we were talking about Richard Lee, and what I wanted to interject was that, he was targeted. Definitely was targeted. He was part of the initiative, the Prop 19 back a couple of years, 3 years ago, that was trying to legalize marijuana. He had so much money behind him, just like Mark Emery, the man I'm wearing in the shirt. He was feeding most of his money into the United States and Canada for legalization efforts and medical efforts. Well, Richard Lee is a powerful man. The DEA knows that. Our government knows that. And Obama, you should be ashamed of yourself. You touted that you would never, ever intervene on state rights. And you have been the worst president on raiding since Bush. In fact, they say that he's raided more medical dispensaries than Bush ever did.
It's unbelievable. And you cut back to the video of him that somebody posted on our page, I believe. The video of him in 2008.
My wife did.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, thank you to her because I was watching that today. Yeah, Valerie. I saw that video where he, flat out says it was in 2008. That's not our concern. That is not where I want, Department of Defense funds and CIA, Justice. I don't want the funds going there. Yep. We have other things to deal with. We have other things that need to be done. And to see how quickly that was abandoned for absolutely no reason, especially because, the majority of people have now finally have spoken out. Officially, the majority of people support legalization in the United States.
Especially medical.
How can you be going? Yeah, and medical is even higher than that. So why go backwards? I mean, this is
especially
something I'm
in
just
election
continuously baffled by the ways in which.
Why? My answer is why. And then you go to whitehouse.gov, and the main questions up there. In fact, 2 or 3 of those
Always.
questions are all marijuana,
Yep.
and he dismisses it. He just dismisses it. I mean, how can you dismiss when so many people, I mean, we've got so many other problems in this world, but yet that is an important factor. Why? Because it helps, and they know it helps. But farmers...
And yet, don't you feel like, honestly, myself included, that there's still a chance with this guy?
I do.
I think in the second
Simpson's
term.
been sitting here the
I
whole time.
might be a sucker.
Simpson,
I might
do
be
you
a
still
total
think there's a
sucker.
chance with Obama? Mike Simpson, Big Simpson?
Like I told you before, he's from Chicago, and his wife's from my fucking neighborhood.
They smoke pot.
They do smoke pot, and he's an asshole. He smokes pot. And
Do you think he'll
an
ever
asshole.
support us?
He likes to
Second
look like
term.
he's He's
No.
Mr. Squeaky Clean, and he loves everybody with his Mr. Friendly ass. He's a fucked up dude, man. I'm telling you.
Rock the boat.
I don't think we're gonna get him on the show now.
What do you think? What do you think, KLP?
I tell you what,
will he ever do it?
When he slipped on that microphone with the president of Russia there, saying to the president that I'll have more leeway in my second term,
Yeah.
he will have some leeway. Maybe he'll want to make a statement. Who knows? Why he's doing this now? It's got to be some kind of political reasoning why he's doing it now.
Yeah, but he's affecting people's lives because people.
Of course,
getting
he's
arrested,
affecting people's
they're
lives.
losing money. They got families. They got bills, and he's going in there for no reason and just destroying everything out in California because he's an asshole.
And going after Oaksterdam, of all places, I mean,
Oaksterdam University.
Richard Lee, such a peaceful, well-spoken, gentle guy. Like I actually met him in Oakland and on the Prop 19 campaign, and he was just a wonderful guy. And his mother was there, and she was amazing too. And it was like these people are so, so genuine. There's no like ulterior motives, and it's simply because they're politically, he's so politically active and he has the money to back it up that they're going after it. I mean, it's
exactly. They took him down. It's
very, very deliberate,
and it's disgusting. I mean, I never thought I would see it within the Obama administration. I thought that when he was elected that we would see more light, and we're seeing more darkness when it comes to that subject. Yeah. And I'm hopeful. I'll have to be a little hopeful that in
you
a
gotta
second
keep
term,
asking.
he may
say,
change.
Just keep asking, especially with the Democrats. I feel like there is some hope. I've been more of a Ron Paul libertarian type
of course
supporter.
You have been.
But I'm working with the Democrats.
Good boy.
Joe Kennedy. I want to see you. I want to.
You need to have him on.
Talk to.
We really need to get Joe Kennedy on the show.
Yes, you do. You do.
We'll pass him a joint and see what happens.
I liked Bonnie Frank and Diane Russell have convinced me that the Democrats are worth looking at. Like folks like that Capuano.
Yeah.
I've had good. Even Tim Toomey, my state rep. He's still not really supporting me on medical, but I like him. He's closer. He was so far away from it.
Keep talking to him, Mike.
Oh, I am. I've been talking to him and his aides for years. So keep working you have to establish relationships with people. That's the key to life. If you can't establish a relationship with someone, move on.
Yep.
Don't waste your time. You don't have to get ugly. Just move on. Find someone that you can, because there will be somebody.
Some self-help motivational speaking from Mike Cann right now.
That's it.
If we can apply
that's how you work your reps too, right?
Yeah. Well,
you know how to do that.
You talked to
Mikey.
some of them, right?
Yeah. Let me see. I didn't talk to maybe about 3 or 4 different reps up there, and I met the one past lieutenant governor and one present lieutenant governor, and the one past, she brought my artwork.
I just met the
What about her
representative
weed
from,
legalization movement?
Yeah, well, we talk about that. These people, they live around the commons.
Which one? Which one was she? Who was she? She was the lieutenant governor?
Yeah, well, Romney.
Romney?
Yes, his lieutenant governor.
Jane Swift?
Kerry Healey.
Kerry Healey. Oh. So Kerry Healey, you were talking to her. What did she
talks
say?
to me all the time.
When you talk to her about weed, what does she say?
Well, they have a smile on their face when I mention the word marijuana. It's like a little hint joke. I really smoke, but I can't come out and say it.
Yo, you think Kerry Healey does?
Now, listen, she goes to Shakespeare in the Park every summer. Come on.
Really? Yeah. All right, maybe. But Kerry Healey, don't you get it? If you just admitted that you hung out at Shakespeare in the Park, you would have won. You would have won a lot of votes. You might have actually won that election, Kerry Healey. You might have beat DeVal.
I made her smile.
You might have taken all Christy Mihos votes.
Every time she see me, she smiles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the State House I actually went as part of a class and we were like researching public policy. It was very, very exciting. But it was like an honors class. We were all dressed up and all of us were in a room with Ellen Story, the representative from Amherst, and everyone was talking about like, funding for the homeless. And I was like, what do you think about legalization of marijuana in front of like all my teachers and classmates?
And this is in high school?
Yeah, no, this is in college.
Oh, in college.
And she was just like, well, I know that there's like some evidence that says that, marijuana today is much more potent. And she did this whole speech and stuff. And it was really hilarious because then a few years later, she's sponsoring the legalization bill.
Wow.
So
see what I'm talking about?
We're really doing stuff. We're making a difference.
So what you're telling us here, Heather?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this. I know Ellen's story. When you say Ellen's story, and that she was speaking reefer madness.
Yeah, she kind of was. She wasn't like totally shutting it down, but she was like...
Heather moved her.
Well, actually, I give the credit to my friend Dan Melick, who we had on the show a while ago, and he ran against her.
That's true.
On a pure legalization platform. And he got like 6 or 7% of the vote for like
that's a good
just
amount,
with
though.
No money going
kid?
Towards it, just a college, and she eventually like told him, she was like, I think I'm gonna rethink my policy on marijuana and stuff.
Wow. So you guys did it.
We make a difference. We make a difference when we make our voices heard.
And that's what we need.
Actually, I also met the representative from Somerville the other day in regards to the bus cuts and fare hikes, the MBTA fiasco, and it turns out they're not going to cut any buses in Somerville.
Yeah, let's hear it for that. We've been worried about that for a while.
Yeah. Oh, you got a good state senator from Somerville.
Yeah, Diane Provost.
No, you also got Patricia Jehlen too.
Pat Jehlen.
Yes, I know her. She's a great woman, and she's for legalization.
Can you get her on our show?
Yeah, let's do that.
Another one we want.
I haven't been in her office in about maybe
Simpson,
2 years.
When you see these people, tell them they need to come on the #1 weed legalization show. That's a serious politics show.
I can go up and ask maybe Monday or Tuesday when I'm in the Commons.
We like Pat Jim.
I haven't been up there in a couple of years. Last time I went up there was when I was working for the paper, and after I interviewed Michael Dukakis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You interviewed the Duke.
Yeah.
Guys, it's fine. We're almost at the end of our show.
Yeah, we're just going on.
Crazy stuff. This has been a great conversation.
Because I want people to know these are the things that we're all doing stuff like this. I've talked to mayors, and we've done city hall. We've done so much work over the last 4 or 5 years.
It's true.
A lot of changes.
We're seeing the fruits of our labor.
It's going to continue, and
we're
it's going to get bigger
legalize medical
and stronger.
marijuana.
And if you need help doing this stuff, if you want advice, you know where to find us. You on this show every week. Some of us are on Facebook. Some of us have emails. There's a lot of people you can talk to in this movement if you really want to get things done. And I'm talking, these little things that we're talking about. Showing up at a meeting and asking your state rep a question, the right question, in the right way. And
showing up this Tuesday at 10:30 at the State House for the hearing for medical marijuana.
A big one.
You can do that. You can go to the Hemposium.
On Tuesday night.
Visit thekingofpot.com and watch the preview for his movie on the Freedom Rally.
Yep, and find out when it is, because he's going to have a special big
You can go see Cannabis Corpse on April 18th with me. I'll be there.
Oh my God.
You can get your Vapor Brothers vaporizer.
Yeah, a free contest giveaway.
Yeah.
And you're doing your event. You're doing your big show next week. Out in where? Where is it?
Oh, Mount Holyoke. Mount Holyoke College. All ladies.
Yeah.
We're gonna get rude. It's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure.
And guess what, guys? I got a big show this week myself.
Oh yeah, the dungeon.
Oh snap!
Wait,
snap!
Can I just say,
my friend Ron Jeremy is going to be on my show.
Are you going to take
what?
over?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Ron Jeremy is going to be
coming on my show.
Are you going to run the interview? You got to run this interview. I want to hear you talk to Ron Jeremy.
Well, he's my friend. I'm going to talk to him, but I'm going to have to let my goddess talk to him too, because he wants to talk to her.
Well, that's fine, but I want to make sure that
it's cool.
You're doing, because when I heard, dude, all I heard was dude getting whipped and you were like laughing like a little sissy, and I was like, "Where's my big Simpson?"
Maybe he was the one getting whipped.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't me getting whipped. I was enjoying the festivities.
Oh, the festivities.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you remember when KOP Productions was at that fetish show we went to?
God. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that's going to premiere on the new KOP Productions.
Wait a minute.
We're delving into some stuff like that, too.
My co-host is...
We're way over right now.
That's her... That
hey,
was
gentlemen.
birthday dance.
Oh, God. We're done with
that. That was nice. That was nasty.
Done. Yeah, we've gone on for like 25 minutes of political talk here. We've gone over the heads of many people, and now we're getting into fetish talk. You guys are out of your mind.
Yeah.
Call us up 617-826-1150. We'll do it all. You can keep up. I know you can.
Oh, yeah.
Two Hotheads on Cannabis, unregularradio.com. And we're going to play some music. We're going to come back and say our goodbyes and talk about next week.